such rare Pokemon, not your pathetic excuses.
Welcome to my tutorial on how you can use the heat pen. Let me open it. Hang on. So you gotta open it right there to get creases reduced on Pokemon cards. Okay, let's jump right into it. Okay, so here's how it works. Here we've got a card that has a crease here, a little bit of a water crease, as well as a small crease here on the bottom. This card has not been in the humidifier. For best results, I suggest you buy one of my humidifiers off of PokemasterCenter.com, as well as you want to work on a hard surface. So these magnetic flatteners make perfect flat surfaces to work on. You do not want to be doing this on a textured or soft surface. So first, you will take your wax paper and lay it down like this. The hard part about the wax paper is you kind of need to eye out where the crease is while you're using the thermal pen. Couple of things about the thermal pen. First off, to activate it, you press it twice, okay? And you will see a red light. You see that red light there? That is hot mode. There is a cooler mode that you can get to if you press it twice again. See that blue light there? That means that is in cool mode. So it's still hot, but not as hot as the red mode. So for the wax paper, we want to use the blue mode. I would not suggest going on the red mode. So this is the most advanced cleaning technique that I have because you can damage your cards. You need to be very careful, very patient. What we're going to do is we're going to activate to the blue mode. We're going to close this, and then we're going to hold it and push down on where that crease is, okay? Every now and then, pull it up, take a look how it looks, and be careful. The more you put on it, you're going to start to pull paint off if you push too hard, okay? So you want to angle it if you can to have just the point right on the crease. Hold it and push right there on the crease. So you can see it's looking a little bit better. But as you notice, there is some discoloration that you're probably going to get, especially when you're dealing on the hollow here. This works best when you have just a small little one that you're dealing with. So again, just set your expectations correctly that this isn't some magical fix it and it's going to completely disappear. So we're going to put little circles, take a look. That looks pretty good. See, there's a little bit up here we're going to work on. Hey, that's looking a lot better. So you can see here, we still have somewhat of a crease. Of course, there's some of the paint that came off when the crease happened, but it is definitely reduced compared to what it was. Now again, you don't want to be overdoing it, because if you do, you're going to discolor the card and you also run the risk of pulling paint off the card. So just go a little bit, take a look. Looks good. Little bit, take a look. Just like that. You do not want to be going super hard and super long, that it's looking a lot better. So I think when you have a crease that looks like this, where it's more bubbled up, like the whole thing's kind of coming up, these are a lot harder to work on. So we can give it a shot. Remember to hold the button as you do this, because if you don't hold the button, it doesn't activate the heat. And it looks like it turned off on me. So double check that you have it even on, because if you don't have it on, nothing's going to happen. So hold the cod flat and push, and then check. That looks better. But again, you can see where the hollow is compared to where the hollow is not. This is really difficult to remove. In my experience, you're going to have a lot better results where it's just paint versus where it's just hollow. At least that's what I've noticed. We can try to go a little bit longer here just to see if we can get that off, but I fully expect we're going to have some discoloration in the process. So, sure enough, we've got a little bit of, see how it's a little lighter, and we kind of burn the cod. So again, you have to be very careful. Be patient. Just do a little bit, take a look. A little bit, take a look. And same thing with this one. We reduced the crease quite a bit, but there's still a little bit right there. Okay, so now let's try this little water crease that happened over time and see if we can do anything about that. So we're going to put it on the blue mode. Let's double check where it's at. There it is right there above the W. All right, and let's take a look. Hey, that worked pretty good. See that? So now let's try the cod that has been sitting in the humidifier to compare results here. Again, you're going to need the flattening kit, but you can see this thing is pretty curved just from sitting in there over time. It's just how it is with the humidity, because once the humidity sits in the cod like this, the paper just naturally bends because of these foil sheets that they use, naturally bent from the factory. So now, let's try to take a tackle at this crease here, and we've got one more crease here in the top. Again, we've got one crease going through the hollow. I don't expect us to get much results on this, but I think we're going to be able to get this pretty reduced here. So let's give it a shot. We'll first try in the corner up here. So again, keep hitting it until you see the blue. And now, push down, try to make the cod flat, and try to aim it where you can on the actual crease. So it looks a little better, but again, you're really going to have difficult times if it's a very large crease. So now let's try this one over here. Okay. Wow. That looks a lot better. So you can see I did hold it a little bit too long on the top here, and there's some slight discoloration because of that. So again, the more that you're patient, the better. So let's try and see if we can make any progress here on this bottom one. All right. Not bad. That looks a lot better compared to what it used to look like. Again, we got some slight discoloration, but with the cleaning kit, we can help improve that. But it tends to not completely go away if you overdo it. So again, you just kind of have to play with it, right? Again, I like the humidity route. You're not going to completely remove the crease, but you're going to help out a lot with how visible it is compared to what it used to look like. So one more, let me show you one more technique here. Additionally, with the newer kit, you're also going to have this vinyl sheet. This is a lot better if you're dealing with a crease that you can't really see through the wax paper, or it's hard to see it. Personally, I like the wax paper more, but for this, we're going to use the red setting because the vinyl will protect the card a little bit more than the wax paper. So again, we're going to hold it down and we're just going to go through and try to see how much we can improve this crease. So now if we take a look, we can see it looks a little bit better. But again, these big creases like this, you're just not going to get to completely go away. It's these smaller ones you're going to have a lot more luck with. So think of creases that are just going along in the border. Those are the perfect tool. This is the perfect tool for that. Or if you got maybe a corner one, you know, that will definitely help. But these big ones, you know, if it's a childhood card and you just want it looking a little bit better, you can definitely do this if you want. But you're probably not going to get that much better results from a PSA submission by trying to use this on a huge crease. But you can give it a shot. Again, trying it versus not, it really is up to you. One thing I would say though is PSA, I don't think will catch this as an altering method. Some people may say that this is borderline altering, but again, I don't believe it because you're not adding anything to the card. You're just using the natural elements of heat to try and push down those creases and reduce them so the card has better curb appeal. So you can see, look how much better that looks just from a couple of treatments. But one thing I just forgot is I forgot to put the wax paper underneath the card. So see how it's stuck? I literally melted the back of the card to my working surface. So use the wax paper underneath when you're working on the card. Otherwise, you will melt the card to the surface and the back of it will come up. So let my lessons be your learning lessons so you don't have to make these same mistakes. So again, just to repeat, always use wax paper underneath, okay? Never put the wax paper directly on top. Open it like a book, put the card in flat. Keep the card as flat as possible. You can work on the card like this. Use the blue mode when you're doing it like this. If you're using the vinyl, use the red mode because that's going to be a little harder and get the heat through a little bit better. And that's about it. So again, I highly suggest that you get the humidifier because you get better results. If we compare these two corners that we just fixed, this one's a little bit more noticeable, I feel like, than this one. This one at the top, we almost completely removed it. But here at the bottom, we really still need some work on that part. But here, you can see it didn't come out as good as the one that was in the humidifier. So I suggest that you buy the flattening kit, which comes with the humidifier. And that way, after you're done with your card, you can put it into the flattening kit and flatten your Pokemon card before you submit it to PSA. This helps with corners and a lot of things like that. Thank you very much for watching my tutorial. If you would like to purchase one of the thermal pens, go to PokemasterCenter.com. You can use the code POKEMASTER to save 10% on your order. One last thing is this does have a very cool feature, which is to cut people. All the haters that tell you this is altering, you can just slide this up, slice them up, and bing, bang, boom. Then no more. So, or you can just open a pack, like booster box or something like that. So don't cut yourself on this. Don't put your finger here and then go, ow, that's not good. And when you're done, just make sure you close it up and charge it. okay? This is a USB-C, it comes with a cable. You can charge it, bing bang boom, plug it in, and make sure that it's always charged when you're using it so you get the best results.